So let's get into it. Why we are talking to you to begin with, Shift Naturals, and I was doing a little research on this. Seems like an amazing product, especially for someone like me. I'm 13 months sober, but looking for ways to unwind after a long day or anything like that to just kind of relax. This seems like an amazing product. If you can just tell us all about it.
Yeah, Shift Naturals is a wellness brand creating low-end hemp-based drinks. And it's we talked about Cleveland, it being 10 years ago. It's so wild to me, but I'm still here. I'm in year 18. I've had to really focus and lean into a career built on recovery and consistency. So finding these healthy alternatives for me in my life has really been a great thing. And it just is, an added benefit when they actually taste good. So Shift delivers that, and it's made in Oregon. So right in my backyard. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. Companies in Bend. And if you want to try it for yourself, go to enjoyshift.com.
It's funny that you mentioned that, but like also the fact that it helps improve you on the court. What have you noticed when you started using Shift, how that has impacted your game and then also, your life off the court?
Yeah, I think it's the perfect blend of both of those things. I think, it's managed like my stress and help me relax in a big way. It helps, leads me into recovering and just managing stress. I mean, the mantra, the tagline is like unwinding for the grind, and it really is that. And it just happens to be part of my everyday life now. So it's typically when I've had got all my work done for the day, after practice, after a lift, after I put my two daughters down, and also post game, like just unwinding, making sure that my body, my mind, heart and soul, everything, feels good. So there's really no trade-off for, me continuing to have this be a part of my everyday life.
And you point out how it actually tastes good because I've tried a lot of different alternatives during my 13 months of
Yeah.
being sober. And I'm like, wow, it's a great idea, but does this taste awful? So it's good to know that it tastes good as well.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
good.
and, you talk about, um, especially for me, I would go home and have a nightcap, and then all of a sudden that turns into another. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, why am I hungover on a Tuesday morning? But don't want my bosses to hear that. I want to talk to you about some basketball too, because you're doing your thing in Utah, and I just wanted to know what it's like in Salt Lake City. You have played in some bigger cities and some smaller cities, but what is it like adjusting to Salt Lake City right now?
Yeah, it's definitely different coming from Miami, as you can imagine. But I used to spend a lot of time here, and I've been in southern Utah, which is, very different. Slot Canyons, Bryce Canyon. I've done a lot of amazing things there, and as well as spent a lot of time in Park City and Deer Valley. I used to train there at the U.S. ski team, men and women ski team gym, which is insanely beautiful and just a great place to train in the summer and kind of get away from everything um, as well. So it's been a great adjustment. The organization is great. Really didn't know what to expect coming from a storied franchise like an organization like the Miami Heat, but man, it's been um, I would say an easy adjustment. Like it's great. This place is great for families. I didn't really know it all too well outside of playing here for 17 plus years now. But I think it all starts with, top from ownership to front office all the way down, and as well as the fan experience. When you have great fans, when you sell out arenas and you feel that support, I mean, it's great to play anywhere. Like, you mentioned being in Ohio, like those Cavaliers fans are special. I mean, the Browns go, they win, they go lose every game and they're going to sell out, right? And the Guardians, same. It's just an amazing place to play, and here is really no different because the fans, they come out and they show out.
And as you approach this point in your career, a lot of people are going to be wondering, what is your future going to be like? I don't expect you to be revealing anything to TMZ Sports about, if this is your last season or anything, but what is that thought process like? And have you thought about what your life is going to look like when you do end up walking away from the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to consider it a lot more than maybe 5 years ago, right? I mean, I think you get to the late teens or you get to this stage in your career, you start considering your athletic mortality and where you're at, and what you're going to consider doing next. For me, it's doing things like this with Shift Naturals and really leaning into products that I believe in. So I think that's something that really interests me, the health and wellness space. And I also work in the mental health space as well. So there's a number of things that I could eventually transition into. But again, just going to continue to just wring that towel and focus on, hopefully getting to year 19, year 20, we'll see, but just don't want to make any assumptions. But very grateful that, I'm still able to play this game.
And I mentioned I do appreciate what you did in Cleveland on the court, but when you spoke out, that long article, just expressing your experience with mental health, that also meant a lot to me as well. So thank you for that. And going back to Cleveland, your time in there was so important. What would it mean to you to have your number 0 jersey retired among, all the greats that have played for that franchise?
Oh, I mean, a lot. I mean, there's so many, historic names that are up there. Whether it's, obviously LeBron, Kyrie, those guys will go up there, but Nate Thurman, Bingo Smith, Austin Carr, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, it's just Larry Nance. And there's just so many names up there that it would truly be an honor to go up there. And listen, if I were ever to make it and to go into the Hall of Fame, I would go in as a Cavalier, and I think that is I take a lot of pride in that.
And one last question, because I know we're running out of time. This is going to be a fun one, a light one. I noticed on social media, and a lot of people have, that you kind of flipped a switch recently, and that you like to show your humorous side. I just want to ask you what inspired you to show that side of you, and you know, have fun with it with all your followers.
Last year, I mean, it was last year. We were in Houston, and one of the Thompson brothers, Amen Thompson, and Tyler Hero got into a little bit of a scuffle, a little bit of a fight. Terry Rozier ended up being in it, and all the players on the court and coaching staff, security staff, everybody got involved. So I'm like, people were telling me like you need to show a little bit more of your personality and your humor. So that took on a life of its own. Then there was the Jimmy Butler versus the Miami Heat organization, and now it's been references within sports and pop culture and that sort of thing. It's fun for me because I'm a film head and love TV as well. A lot of time on the road will do that to you, but then like that's just the way my brain works, and it's really easy. All I do is I screen record and crop the video, try to keep it within the confines of I think it's 30 seconds for copyright. So it just for me it's pretty easy and fun to do.